Hello and welcome back to Sibos TV with me, Daisy McAndrew. Now, of course, Innotribe is synonymous with innovation, so to discuss the week ahead and everything to do with Innotribe and innovation, I'm delighted to have been joined by Swift's Kevin Johnson. Kevin, welcome to the programme.
Thank you very much.
Exciting week ahead for Innotribe. Tell me a little bit about what's going on.
So it's this week we've got a full 4-day programme, but for the first time ever we've also got a stand on the main exhibition floor. So we've got a lot of things going on. So I'll try and break it into what's going on the stand, and then we'll look at what's going on in the space.
Lovely.
So throughout the week on the stand, through our Startup Challenge program, where we actually look for upcoming fintech startups, we're actually bringing 7 of these companies that have been through the program back in to tell the rest of Sibos what they've been doing since and how they're working.
Lovely. Tell me a bit about some of those companies and why they got on the programme and what they've been doing.
So the whole point of the programme is these companies are potentially 1 to 2 people, small companies, who've got an idea that they think can change the world. And we're trying to use the Startup Challenge programme, the name of Swift and Innotribe, to give them a boost up. Our strapline for the programme is a platform for growth, because we truly believe that these startups need nurturing and growing. So we've got the 7 companies we've got are ClickX, Geom, FNA, Pendo Systems, Agile Credit, Bank Bridge, and a company called S-Docs.
Very well remembered.
And we've also got Swift coming on the stand as well. So 2 years ago in Sibos in Osaka, Swift came into Innotribe to say we're looking at APIs. So what we've done this year, we've invited them back onto the stand to say, what have we done about this? And now we've got some real APIs that we can share with the industry as well.
So you've said that they're typically very small companies and they've got an idea to change the world, or the world of this industry and this world. Give me an example of the type of innovation they've come up with.
It's all sorts. A lot of what we're seeing at the moment is there's quite a lot of back office as well. When we started up the program, there was quite a lot of front office, some applications, some more retail banking. But over this year, we've really tried focusing Innotribe more on the core of what Swift and the transaction banking industry does. So some of the companies coming back in here are looking at cross-border payments, risk management, network analysis, and products and innovations that should really be of interest to everybody at Sibos. What we want to do with Innotribe is not go for an exclusivity model that you have to really understand these really deep technical innovations. We really want to include everybody.
And tell me about the people behind these innovations. Are they, as we might assume, this kind of ultra intelligent genius, very young people?
They're very driven. They're not necessarily very young, and they're all incredibly bright. But speaking to them, they're really articulate. They're very passionate about what they believe in. So they don't get into these programs thinking we're going to be getting out of this with a load of money. They really believe there's a fundamental problem that they're going to solve, and it's the passion that drives them forward. These guys work 18-hour days, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and they're really driving the businesses forward. So we've invited them to come in to say, well, we haven't seen you for a year. What have you been doing since?
Well, I'm sure they're very grateful for the support and advice. Moving on to the main platform, if you like, what are the themes and topics this year?
So this year, with the 4 days, we've decided to take each day and put a different theme on it. So today, on Monday, we're talking all about cryptocurrencies. So that's the Bitcoin, the Ripple, the Circle.
Very controversial area, isn't it?
It is, but we believe we should actually be looking at this to try and understand it. So Innotribe's strapline this year in the space is about building bridges. And it's about building bridges, what's happening on the edges of the ecosystem and the core of the financial community. So we're taking, rather than just a surface look at everything, we're looking deep. So we're going to look from cryptocurrencies. From the first session at 9:30 this morning kicks off looking at future of money and how cryptocurrencies could have essentially impact cash, going into regulation, which is a very hot topic at the moment, and we've got 2 regulators that are going to be joining us for that debate, looking at the opportunities that this space actually creates. It's going to disrupt business models, but if you can understand what's going on, you can get the opportunities out of it. And then we're going to finish up by looking at what's coming next. So we're working with the MIT Bitcoin project, amongst others such as Ethereum, to really look 2 years, say, into the future. So what actually could this do? We're not looking at the Bitcoin, the headlines, we're looking underneath at the technology, because that's where we see the real benefit.
Lovely. And Kevin, tell me, where can the delegates find the Innotribe space?
So the Innotribe space is up on the first floor in room 157 A, B and C. Also, we're live streaming everything this year. So over YouTube, we're actually going to be live streaming all of our sessions. So if you can't actually make it along, you can watch us along online as well. And our stand is in B69, so it's actually very close to the Sibos TV studio here.
And when you talk to people in the run-up to this week, or people you've already spoken to who've arrived here in Boston, what do you find that they're most excited about this week, or they're most concerned to talk about this week?
I think if you look at the big issue debates that we've got going around, regulation, compliance are still there. So we're trying to reflect a little bit of that in the Innotribe space, but looking not at what's happening now, but where the things are going to hit us in the future. So I think with Innotribe this year, we're really trying to strengthen the ties between what we're looking at and what's happening in the main conference program. So much so that there's a number of our speakers are going to be in different places, such as the Standards Forum, the Technology Forum. So we really believe that the people that we're speaking to need to be heard, not just by the innovators, the people who sort of want to look forward, but really by everybody. It's
fascinating, and obviously this is only my impression, but looking back at previous Siboses and Innotribe's place within the week as a whole, it really does seem that in fact you're much more part of mainstream in some ways than you used to be, and I guess just because of the pace that technology has sort of infected the rest of the industry. In fact, everything's sort of coming together. Is that a misreading of the situation?
No, I think it's actually quite an accurate one. We've consciously this year, we wanted to bring Innotribe back to the core of the financial industry. We didn't want to be 5 years out looking at things that may or may not impact us.
And that perhaps other people just couldn't grasp.
Yeah, we wanted to bring innovations that people could understand. And this idea of inclusivity is that if you come into the space, nobody's going to be disparaging against you. It's really about helping you understand and grasp the opportunities. We don't want people to come in there and just go, oh my God, it's so far out I don't know what they're talking about, or it's all flashy and it's all show but no content. This year, there is a great set, a great team behind it, but the content that we're bringing on stage is the key message we're trying to bring.
Well, Kevin Johnson, very reassuring words for those of us that perhaps aren't as technologically gifted as you and the rest of the Innotribe team are. We look forward to hearing more from you throughout the week. That's all from us for the moment, but do join us in a few moments where we're going to be looking forward to more technology for this week. Thank you.